All right, so you want to learn how to do OnShape. There's lots of resources out there, and it really depends what kind of learner you are. Some people are more self-directed. Some need somebody to model in front of them. There's videos on YouTube. There's your classmates and teammates and mentors in the shop. To be honest, I think there's really no better resource than to start with the basics and actually just do one of the OnShape tutorials. I know people want to avoid the tutorials. There's sort of this like negative stereotype of like, oh, I'll just play around and figure it out. I don't think that's the right path in CAD. I think especially, if you've already done CAD in another software, that is the way to do it. But if you have not done CAD, you might create habits that are not going to benefit you in the long run, and you might take longer to figure some things out. I know it takes time, but it's really, really, really worth it to do some of the built-in tutorials. So here's where the tutorials are in OnShape. If you've got any OnShape document open, you can go up here. It says go to the Learning Center. I'm going to click the Learning Center. They've got tons of resources. So they have, if you're new to CAD and never CADed before, here's some. If you're new to OnShape, so if you've done CAD, if you've done Fusion 360 or Inventor or SolidWorks, you might say, let's click here. If you've done Tinkercad, that's not good enough, okay? So this is people who have done a high-level CAD and are coming over to OnShape. And then here's some ways to get certified in OnShape if you get really good, and here's some level up on some specific advanced skills. So let's click New to CAD. This is the CAD Basics Learning Pathway. And you actually look here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things to complete this course. And so if I want to do this, I'll start at the beginning, start at the very beginning. Introduction to a parametric feature-based CAD. Let me click Continue. This opens up this specific module. And you can see this module has an introduction, parametric feature-based CAD, a knowledge check, and then a completion certificate at the end of it. These are all combinations of videos and hands-on activities. So if I click History of CAD here at the beginning, I've got a video to watch. Okay, and here's a transcript of it. But then after I do that, I might go to the next one. Here's another video, okay? But eventually, you're going to get into some of these knowledge checks. You might get a knowledge check that's a quiz. You might do a knowledge check that asks you to go model something. Sometimes the video is explaining something and you just listen. Sometimes the video is modeling something in CAD and you are going to follow along and pause the video at different parts to try to do that. You can see this says I'm 44% complete here of this course. I've done all of these. The reason this is 44% complete is because I'm logged into the Super Duper Robotics account. So that's why it says SR. So I haven't done them here, but I've done these. And I think they've updated them since I did them. So it might even be worth me doing them again sometime. But after I complete it, it'll mark this as done. And then you can move on to Introduction to Sketching. And then you can move on to Introduction to Part Studios. And by the time you get to the very end, there will be a little certificate that you will be able to download and complete. You have to do there's like an end survey, and then you get the certificate. So I know we don't like to do tutorials. At least some of us don't. I actually really liked doing this tutorial, all these, because I like to know that I didn't miss something, that I'm not developing some bad habit. I like to, these are made by people who designed this software and the way it's intended to be used. It's worth your time, okay? So this CAD Basics learning path, definitely worth it. There's other learning paths as well if you want to learn more essential things. That's the one I would recommend. So I would do that before I did anything else.